Welcome to a brand new year at SCSU. This show, originally known as SCSU Local,
can now be known as SCSU Life.
It's exciting to be back at school starting a brand new year.
I'm actually really excited to be back. I've kind of missed St. Cloud.
St. Cloud does have a lot of things to offer, not only to students, but to the community as well.
Yes, it does. SCSU Life, your life starts now.
오빤 강남 스타일 강남 스타일 낮에는 따사로운 인간적인 여자 커피 한 잔에 여유를 아는 품격 있는 여자 밤이 오면 심장이 뜨거워지는 여자 그런 반전 있는 여자 나는 선호해 낮에는 너만큼 따사로운 그런 선호해 커피 식기도 전에 원샷 때리는 선호해 밤이 오면 심장이 터져버리는 선호해 그런 선호해 아름다워 사랑스러워 그래 너 그래 바로 너 아름다워 사랑스러워 그래 너 그래 바로 너 지금부터 갈 때까지 가볼까
To kick the show into gear, we are proud to showcase SCSU's very own style of school spirit. Time to get down with the Husky.
When you walk by, you say, damn, that dog is so fly. Support my team up and up my seat at the NHEC. This is how I roll with red and black tail all out of control. I'm listening and I'm ready to go. Chilling in the dog pound, that's for sure.
Girl, look at that husky. Girl, look at that husky. Girl, look at that husky.
He work out.
Girl, look at that husky. Girl, look at that husky. Girl, look at that husky.
He work out. When you walk on campus, yeah, you're gonna see me. Okay, doing the robot outside the PAC. Husky pride in my heart, and I ain't afraid to show it, show it, show it, show it. I'm a husky and I know it. I'm a husky and I know it. Yeah, when I'm on the ring, old girls can win them all. And when I'm on the ice, man, the skates free to shake my cheeks. What? Yeah, this is how we roll. Come on, Huskies, it's time to go. Be the best in show us. Don't be nervous all day, all game, and bring it to the surface. What?
Girl, look at that husky. Girl, look at that husky. Girl, look at that husky.
We work out.
Girl, look at that husky. Girl, look at that husky. Girl, look at that husky.
We work out. It's President Potter, yeah, dancing all crazy. Okay, everybody stops and they stare at him. Husky pride in his heart, and he ain't afraid to show it, show it, show it, show it. He's a husky, and I know it. He's a husky, and I know it. Check it out. Check it out. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah, yeah. Do the blizzard, man. Do the blizzard, man. I'm a husky and I know it.
Girl, look at that husky. Girl, look at that husky. Girl, look at that husky.
Work out.
Girl, look at that husky. Girl, look at that husky. Girl, look at that husky.
Work out. Yeah, well, Huskies, and you know it.
You know what's really surprising me about that video? Is the fact that President Potter got involved with the process.
Who would have known the president had so much school spirit?
I'm glad to see it, and in return giving students more drive to get involved.
Moments like this makes you want to participate more myself.
If they're capable of this in the summer, I can only imagine what the school year has to bring.
Contain your school spirit for just a little longer, Jeff. We'll be right back.
When it comes to college, it's not whether you get in, it's what you get out.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Do your part. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank today.
It rests on the banks of the mighty Mississippi, just 70 miles northwest of Minneapolis. But from this central Minnesota community, you can see every inch of the globe. St. Cloud State University is an international campus large enough to bring you the world, yet small enough for you to recognize your place in it. As a leader in higher education in central Minnesota, St. Cloud State University programs have been recognized by nearly every major accrediting board, affiliated with our 175 academic programs. What's more, it offers a 17-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio, one-on-one attention, and hands-on learning. At St. Cloud State University, 92% of our graduates are employed in their field of study within a year of graduation. 15% of them go on to graduate school, and 100% of them make a difference. St. Cloud State University, stcloudstate.edu.
오빤 강남 스타일 강남 스타일 오빤 강남 스타일.
Now, during the break, I was explaining to Alex that I have a new hobby I picked up.
Oh, come on, Jeff.
No, I'm glad you asked. I really got into painting and sculpting, but now I have to be honest, I'm not the best artist in the world, but I am improving.
You know, Jeff, have you ever checked out St. Cloud Art Crawl?
I don't think anyone's gonna pay for my art, Alex.
Well, you just need a little more practice. After all is said and done, this next piece may be interest to you.
Hi, my name is Paige, and my business is Northern Brights. I have a boutique in downtown St. Cloud, and 4 times a year we have an art crawl. In the spring, one in March, June, August, and November.
My name's Jeff Ringer, and I operate Studio Jeff, which is a ballroom dance studio here in downtown St. Cloud. I teach couples and single individuals how to do the waltz, foxtrot, tango, and so forth. But when the art crawls occur, I convert my dance studio into an art gallery, and we suspend art from the walls. And this week we have a quilter who's here, Marilyn Bujalski, who is displaying her quilts on the studio.
It started 6 years ago, and it's a very well-attended event. around 20 to 26 different venues downtown, host an artist or artists, and people come from all over, tour, walk, talk, sip, snack, and visit, socialize, and hopefully buy some art.
My name is Ellen Nelson, and I'm one of the organizers of the Art Crawl. On the crawl, there are about 25 different locations, which are stores and banks and restaurants, and each location features a special artist, and their work is usually for sale, and it's a real wonderful chance for the public to meet the artist, form some kind of relationship, and learn about their work.
So that's what's happening tonight. It's absolutely astounding. And of course the weather's amazing, this March, and so we expect to have a record attendance. So yeah, come visit the Art Crawl.
So I'm pretty sure my craft isn't up to par just yet, but I'm pretty excited that the art is still a trend in St. Cloud. Another popular pastime recently celebrated its 100th anniversary. SCSU went to go scout it out.
Well, my name is Sarah Warmka, and I'm an archivist at the Stearns History. Well, my name is Sarah Warmka, and I'm an archivist at the Stearns History Museum, and I have worked here for 5.5 years. I have a bachelor's in history from St. Cloud State, and I'm currently pursuing a master's in library science. And the exhibit that you're featuring is the Year of the Girl, which is the 100th anniversary of Girl Scouts. And my involvement with that is that I'm on the board of directors for the Girl Scouts in Minnesota and Wisconsin, Lakes and Pines. And I also am a former Girl Scout. I first became involved with the museum and the Girl Scouts when we had a T-Rex named Sue here, and I thought it would be fun to offer girls the chance to come and spend the night in the museum with, a big dinosaur, a T-Rex named Sue. So that was my first way of collaborating with the Girl Scouts and the museum. And then, of course, 100th anniversary is a huge deal for the organization. I mean, it's been over everything. The Empire State Building was lit up green on Monday, which was March 12th, which was the actual anniversary. I mean, you see it everywhere. It's just nationwide news that it's the 100th anniversary. So the Girl Scout Council put together a committee, and they went through their collections of uniforms and their old things that they had over there, and put together a bunch of stuff that they thought would be neat to see on exhibit. And with the help of museum staff, then we put together this exhibit. There's 2 sets of labels for each decade. So there's one set of labels that talk about what's happening in the world and in the nation, and what women and girls are doing during that time period. And then there's another label that talks about what the Girl Scout organization is doing in that time period. We had an exhibit opening event here to celebrate the Girl Scout exhibit opening, and Girl Scouts were allowed to come in for free. So there were lots of Girl Scouts in uniform, and they dressed up some of the girls in the old uniforms, which was really neat to see. And there were 116 people that came, and there were Girl Scout cookies served and lemonade, and it was a really fun event. The Girl Scout exhibit will run through the fall, and the museum is open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday from 10 to 5, and then Sundays from noon until 5. And admission is free for Girl Scouts and free for Stearns History Museum members. For the public, it's $5. It's a great exhibit. I hope that you'll come and see it.
There were so many things happening this summer in St. Cloud, I can only imagine what the future holds.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have a lot more after the break.
In 1977, an 8-year-old boy picked up the game of golf from his father. The odds of that same boy then making it to the US and European Pro Golf Tours, 1 in 7 million. The odds of the Big Easy winning the US Open twice, 1 in 1.2 billion. The odds of him having a child diagnosed with autism, 1 in 110. Ernie Els encourages you to learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
The things you learn in college will last your whole life. But is that how long they expect you to pay for it?
We have enough. Next one.
Today, about 1 in 5 Americans is living with a disability. Over 50 million people, including many of our friends and neighbors, teachers and co-workers, heroes and leaders. 20 years ago, the Americans with Disabilities Act guaranteed every person the right to live, work, and participate fully in the American experience. We've come a long way since then, and we are committed to making even more progress in the years ahead. Visit disability.gov to see how you can help.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it.
The only triple doubles you get come with fries.
Last time you blocked someone, you were online.
I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool.
Not cool.
Not in my house, not anywhere. It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people. And you're better than that.
The teachers who push you the hardest are the ones who take you the farthest.
Gangnam Style.
Welcome back. You're watching SCSU Life. Jeff, the one thing I regret the most this summer is that I never got the opportunity to get involved with the athletic center.
Well, lucky for you, SCSU offers a program exclusively for women.
I have to say, I'm a little excited to hear about this.
So, Alex, if you're serious about getting involved with a program, boy, don't we have something for you.
Here for the Women That Rock program. I'm the Climbing Wall student manager and just OE staff member in general.
Women That Rock is an event for only women. It's all women climbing, so we try to market it to women who would not normally come because they're maybe intimidated or nervous by the regular crowd who's usually here. About 6 years ago, the Outdoor Endeavors partnered with the Women's Center and started Women That Rock to try to get more women into outdoor sports.
And we just want to make women comfortable just coming and climbing, just kind of outside of open hours, just to help with, encouraging each other, and just because it's fun, girls' night. Also, it's good exercise, it's fun to do, and it's fun to try if you've never done it before. It's for any skill level. You don't have to have rock climbed before, you don't have to be good at it or active. It's just something fun to try. All of our routes are kind of spread out. We have easy routes, medium routes, and hard routes depending on if you're new to climbing or if you're an experienced climber, which is good. We're always trying to get people to just try it out, and we want to make sure that we have enough difficult routes so that people are keeping, entertained. They're not getting bored with our routes. We try to keep it fresh.
I'm a huge fan of bouldering. I don't really like to top rope, which is where the ropes go over the top and you tie in and stuff. I'm more of a bouldering fan because it's more I like puzzles, and that's how the bouldering routes are, which are anything that are below the tan line around here. And so you climb those and they're more technical. There's more body movement that is involved and more thinking rather than just climbing up and using your strength or whatever. It's more of a mind game.
It was first time for me to rock climbing indoor. It was different, but if you try, it's not that hard, and it's kind of fun.
I really like it because I think that we get a crowd who usually wouldn't come down. Like you saw those 4 women who were here before. Like, I don't know if they would have come down if there were men down here. Like, it kind of gets overwhelming if there are a lot of people down here like there usually are on open nights.
I like the challenge of it. Just, you know, it's great physical activity, but it's, you know, it's also mentally challenging, mentally and physically. It's just, it's good.
And it's really fun. Like, it's something that you don't have to, like, you're not like sitting on a treadmill running in a straight line. It's always different every time you do it.
For St. Cloud State students, it is free. Everything at the Rockwell is free, except for the shoes. You have to rent those, but you don't need climbing shoes. Just closed-toed shoes is fine. We include the harness and everything. Community members is $6 just for like a pass to use the wall. So, as far as when the program is, it's every other Thursday night during the semester from 7 to 9 p.m. So it's, you know, after work hours for most people. Because like we said, we do try to attract the community members and stuff to the program too.
I'll definitely have to check that out. I'm glad I'll be able to climb all year. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Turning a 20-foot wall into a canvas takes vision. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
How you doing? My name's Steve. My family's lived in this neighborhood for years. Recently, things got so tight, we had to go to our local food bank for help. I lost a lot of sleep worrying about what the neighbors might think. That is until I saw them there, too. How'd I do, Steve?
A little stiff. You could have done a little better.
What? Come on. You know, I have an Academy Award.
Yeah, but not for playing me.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
A world that's getting smaller. World of opportunity. It is a world of life.
When life's this hard, it's no wonder 7,000 students drop out every school day. Visit boostup.org and help kids in your community stay in school.
Welcome back to SCSU Life,
where we focus on bringing your community straight to you.
Last year, we soared into an intimate moment in time that should never be overlooked.
The Minnesota Raptor Center rehabilitated 3 white snowy owls not commonly found in North America.
We got the chance to take a more defined look at what the process of rehabilitating and releasing a rare species of owls is actually like.
The event today is the celebration of snowy owls, where 3 injured snowy owls that were brought to the Raptor Center for medical treatment were actually released back to the wild. I'm Lori Arndt, and I'm the clinic manager at the Raptor Center. So I was in charge of overseeing the care and rehabilitation of these owls and also arranging for the release. Snowy owls are a northern tundra species of owl, very rarely seen in the United States. About every 5 or 7 years, there is what's called an eruption of snowy owls where they move farther south out of Canada looking for food. The process of bringing a snowy owl or any injured raptor back to health is pretty extensive. The Raptor Center is essentially set up as a veterinary clinic which specializes in birds. And so when animals first come in, they're given a thorough exam by a veterinarian, which includes blood samples, radiographs, microbiology samples, whatever is required. If a bird has a fracture, then it often goes to surgery. If not, it gets any medications that are required or basically supportive care. So a lot of rehydration and nutrition to help the bird get healthy. And then it graduates to the rehabilitation part of the program, which is basically the pre-release preparations, which would be things like physical reconditioning. So we have a whole group of volunteers whose role is to take the birds out on a line that we call a creance and exercise them, let them fly until they are strong enough to be released. The owls were actually found by people from the general public. 2 of the owls that were released today were found in Nebraska and taken to a local rehabilitator out of Omaha. And she realized that she really didn't have the skills or the facilities necessary to complete their rehabilitation. And then also it wouldn't be appropriate for those birds to be released in Nebraska, since they have to go all the way up to the Arctic tundra. The 3rd bird was found in Minneapolis. It was just a private person walking along railroad tracks who found this injured owl that apparently had been hit by a train. And so that person called us, and we sent out one of our rescue volunteers to go and retrieve the bird and bring it to the Raptor Center. The bird that we have today is one of the birds that came from Nebraska.
We came out because we just love the Raptor Center. We love the raptors. We love the work that they do there. And the snowy owls are they're just too cute.
For me, I guess it's kind of a rebirth in a way. These animals were injured, held in captivity, brought back, and reintroduced into their, into the wild, and have an opportunity to live on. And I think it's neat to be a part of that.
It's really bittersweet. I see the birds from the time when they come in and are often in very bad shape, and it's a lot of highs and lows throughout the process. You really put a lot of effort into getting them better. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't get better. But certainly this is such a celebration of life for us, especially with the one owl that was shot. I mean, that was an intentional injury, which is just unbelievable to me how anyone could do something like that intentionally to one of these beautiful owls. So it's really an emotional time for me because I've seen their struggles all the way from when they come in through all of their exercise until I finally look at them and say, yes, you are ready to go.
For me, it was nerve-wracking, but just a wonderful feeling to see him fly. Just to lift him up and then have him take off. That was great.
There are a variety of ways that people can actually volunteer their time to help the Raptor Center. Some of it would be on site at the Raptor Center, but we also look for people to transport birds from all across the state to the Raptor Center. And sometimes we even set up relays. For example, like someone from St. Cloud will take it to St. Michael, and then someone would take it all the way, back to the Raptor Center. So there are just a variety of ways that, people can definitely help.
Wow, what a show.
I agree. A little slice of pie for everyone.
To see this or other shows again, check us out on UTVS Channel 21 or log on to www.youtube.com/SCSU Life.
I'm Alex Miller.
And I'm Jeff Anderson. Thank you for watching SCSU Life.
오빤 강남 스타일 강남 스타일 낮에는 따사로운 인간적인 여자 커피 한 잔에 여유를 아는 품격 있는 여자 밤이 오면 심장이 뜨거워지는 여자 그런 반전